What is up, guys? Welcome to another edition of our Family Fitness Fun podcast. Today on our show, we have a special guest, Mike, the Admiral Rondeau. What's going on, big man?
What's going on, Alex and TriPoint? How's everybody doing today?
Thanks for coming out, man. So Mike's on Zoom, actually. You can watch this on YouTube. But yeah, so wanted to have you on. You've been a member for a while, good member. Actually, people don't know, Mike actually coached 2 classes in the history of TriPoint. The first one, we were in such a pinch, and I'm like, Mike, you've been a member for a while. You mind coaching? And I think you just gave me like the bull horns or like the thumbs up or whatever.
Yep.
I was like, all right, he's good. Get back. I'm asking somebody in the class, I'm like, how did it go with Rondo coaching? They're like, oh, dude, he got there about 30 minutes early, cranked up the Godsmack. He goes, he had us rolling. And I'm like, it's exactly what I was looking for.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, just to let people know you a little better. So you're not from Cleveland, obviously. So tell us where you're from, kind of where you went to high school, where you went to college, any activities you did.
So before I made it to Ohio in 2014, I left the great state of Rhode Island, not Quahog either. So just little old Rhode Island. At the young age of 17, and I joined the Navy. And I was in the Navy for about 28 years. And then I relocated up here in 2014. And then some good friends of ours, I'm sure you know them, Michelle, also known as Shelly, Huck, and Ben Huck, got me to come over to try out some CrossFit workouts along with Scott and Carrie Merritt. And that was kind of my first interaction to the gym, was when we were at the old place where now the Holiday Inn is. So been doing this ever since. Since I've gotten here in 2014. Love it. Love the atmosphere. Throughout the Navy, obviously, I traveled to a bunch of different places, and I didn't get a chance to do this kind of thing out there. So
yeah.
So this is really, really cool. Our facility is, I go a lot for the camaraderie, but even the small digs of competition that we have on a daily basis, it just continues to bring you back. So,
Yeah.
And that's why I love it, man. So
awesome, man. Cool. So we do this thing at the gym. It's called Embrace the Challenge Winner. So every month we pick somebody out that we feel like kind of embodied that. It's kind of like what our gym theme is, for the moment, at least. I tend to go in phases, but you were the winner there. And the reason, we chose you was, because I know that you got kind of a loaded job in that, you're working a lot, and you pretty much never make an excuse of not coming to the gym. That was kind of the thing. Even if you got a little injury, a little thing here and there, you're still coming, bringing a good attitude and stuff. So we love that about you. So the Embrace the Challenge, what was the prize you won?
I got a $150 gift certificate to Rogue.
Wow.
And that's pretty cool. I still haven't used it yet. I've been on, looking around for different things, but I just haven't pulled the trigger yet. So, and I appreciate it, the people that voted for me. One thing for me, I never look at the WOD. I just show up because I'm the type of guy, and let's face it, this whole, the CrossFit and the gym, for me personally, if I go look and see what's posted for the day, it gives me an opportunity to cherry pick it. Right. And then I won't go. So if I'm there, I'm committed, right? And I'll just go through it. If I have to scale it, I scale it. So
yep. Yeah, I think you were telling me one time, Mike, because I remember, Mike, you this was at the old place where the Holiday Inn was, the first place we were at. You lost 30 pounds initially, and that was like the first year we were open. And I remember you took a picture of you holding a med ball, 30-pound med ball.
30-pound med ball. Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And then I kind of feel like after that, I feel like a lot of people go through this where like they get into this gym, they get super excited, they lose like a bunch of weight. And then after that, I feel like some people feel like they need to kind of continue that.
Yep.
And for you, I think it was kind of just like then you were just into, creating a healthy lifestyle and showing up, being consistent, and weren't so worried about that. Is that kind of accurate, or
Yep,
tell
still
us
it
about
still is. It still is. I'm not gonna lie that I do this so that I can drink beer
that?
more than on just the weekends once in a while, and then
Yeah.
I can kind of chew on some food that maybe you shouldn't eat. But I mean, like you and I talked, you know what I'm saying, way
Yeah.
back in the day, like when I walked in after I lost that weight and I threw that med ball on my shoulder and I was like, "Hey man, check this out." And you looked at me like, "Well, what are you doing, dude?" And I said, "That's what I just lost."
Yep.
I mean, and you took a picture of it. I still have it.
Yep.
Um, but it is a combination of healthy, lifestyles. You can't outwork a bad diet. We all know that, right? So if you're just gonna eat and consume, bad stuff every single day of the week, you just kind of circle in the wheels. But you do it in moderations and you're okay. And then, I mean, I've seen some folks, even since we've been here, and just the last few months, I commented on a person the other day. I hadn't seen this person in quite a while, and I noticed immediately. I was like, "Holy crap, man, you look, good." So, you know what I'm saying? It works, and
Yeah.
it's like I said, that combination. We have such a good mix, camaraderie between all the athletes and all of us, the coaches. I mean, you know, that's that's why I go back, man. I mean, it's
Yeah.
honestly why I go back.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. And so have you ever done any like fitness competitions now, CrossFit related, or functional fitness, or even like Spartan races or anything?
I've done one Spartan race,
What was
probably I
that
don't know,
cool?
about 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, it was different. It was challenging, but I think the CrossFit competitions I've done a couple local. I did the I can't think of it. I did it with Lori Smith, her sister, and Mike Malave. The grind.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I did that.
Yeah.
I did that one. That was tough, man. That was a motor mover. I've done a couple at our place. I did a couple with Jenna, my daughter. She does it. So we did a couple stadium games, her and I
Yeah.
together.
I remember that was cool.
Um,
Yeah.
oh yeah, those are great, man.
Nice. All right. So switching gears real quick. So some interesting story I think people know is how you and Tiff kind of got together. Something that you probably wouldn't see these days. So tell us a story about how you met Tiff and your wife Tiff, and kind of how that went down.
Do you really want me to say
uh,
that on this? Who watches this thing, dude?
there's about 6 or 7 people. At least.
Honestly, so Tiff and I met way back in the day. Yep, way back in the day. I'm gonna say that. She was my pen pal during the first Desert Storm
So you
war.
said pen pal. Now, like, explain to everybody what that is, because there's a lot of
There's a
listeners out
lot of people that don't know what that is,
there.
man.
Yeah.
So randomly picking out a person to write to, and then you just kind of start going back and forth with. We're not talking emails now, guys. We're talking no shit letters. You literally have to get a pen and a piece of paper and write some stuff down and then put it in an envelope and send it off. So Tiff's friend was friends with a person that I was on a ship with. And they're like going back and forth. And then finally, hey, got this guy Mike. If you want to start writing, you can start pen paling. So we did it for about 3 months, and I met her for the first time when we pulled in from, coming back from that event. And then 6 months later, she was my wife.
Wow, that is crazy. So
31 years. It'd be 31 years this November.
I'm just picturing like you writing this letter with like the feather, with like like the pen with the feather, and you're dipping.
Yeah, like a quill, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
was signing the Declaration of Independence.
Exactly what I'm picturing. Yeah.
Hey, dude. Hey, look at that guy with that big ass beard. No, we didn't have beards back then. I'm kidding.
So you're writing her letters, and then how did you guys met up, or like what? This is just fascinating to me, because it's something that you wouldn't see today. This is like 1980s Tinder,
Yeah. Dude, I took her to a Red Lobster that night.
Oh, that's Next
bro.
level. That's what.
Hey, and next, hey, you know what? Anything you want on the menu, you can have.
That was in Boston.
No, dude, that was in San Diego.
Oh, San Diego. I was gonna
Yep.
say take it to Red Lobster up in Boston, man. That's no good.
No, that's bad up there, man. So San Diego, dude, that was high end shit back then, dude. You know what I'm saying? Red
Oh yeah,
Lobster.
yeah.
And then, of course, you guys hear my music, at the gym and stuff like that. That's not all the time that I listen to that stuff, but it's a motor mover. But I've been listening to that stuff my whole life. She kind of not into that kind of thing. So there was like our separation of, hey, look, man, you need to go like to your own space, and then leave me out of it when I was
Yeah.
listening to some Metallica and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
but
No, this is the cool story. I think it's fascinating. People
mm,
don't, you know, you know, I met my wife at a gym, in Perry, and we were like texting and stuff. It was a little, it was a little different. So, that's cool. Yeah. So, what do you think, like your future goals are as far as, we'll just talk about like fitness and, kind of, what your future goals are as far as that goes.
I definitely I see myself, maintaining where I'm at. Obviously, trying to drop and maintain. It's hard, when you get older. My age, 53, you really have to work at it if you want to one sustain or even change up some more stuff if you want to lose. Um, as a fitness guy and a trainer, our bodies as we get older don't metabolize as fast as
Yeah.
they used to. So it is important if you want to continue to go down a healthy path. And you got to be disciplined in it, right? And that's 100% true. You got to be disciplined in what you do, make a commitment to it. But at the same time, have fun with it too.
Enjoy the process. Right. That's what we say.
It's all right. Enjoy the process.
Yeah, I always kind of think too, now that you've been on the other end of it too, Mike, like I'm kind of going through it right now, but I feel like, when you have kids and a family and stuff, the health it's hard to kind of maintain that. And I think, like for me where I'm at right now, it's just like, everything you do is kind of spent on your kids and that, a lot of stress, not sleeping as much.
Oh yeah.
I think that's a hard thing to kind of get through, while still kind of maintaining your health. You know what I mean? You got any advice on that, or did you kind of experience that same thing that I'm kind of going through, or what?
Yep. So the kids, as my oldest son Nick, and then Jenna eventually playing softball. But Nick was our oldest, played hockey and lacrosse. Constant traveling, tournaments and doing that stuff. So it was like really, really difficult. Plus being in the Navy, plus really hard to get even just an hour in to do something.
Right.
At least in the Navy, they built in time for us to do kind of stuff like that. But man, you go away, and I know all the travel parents that are going to listen to this. You're in a hotel, you're freaking eating out, um, and you're trying to do something, you know, but back in the day, like we couldn't take, or we could, but you just never thought about, I'm going to grab a bag, I'm going to put a jump rope in it, and I'm going to do I'm going to build my own thing. I'm going to do, I can't do dubs, but I'm going to do, 100 singles 5 times. I'm going to do some burpees, some push-ups, and that kind of mindset now.
Yeah.
We didn't have it back then, or we did, but it just wasn't introduced to me back then. So now, like Tiff and I, we've gone on a cruise, and then I took a jump rope with me on a cruise, and we did some friggin' wads in the gym that they had on the ship and on deck. Now we didn't get like crazy. They didn't have weights like we could do, but there was a lot of body movement that we
Right.
do constantly at the gym. So
Yeah.
I can't emphasize enough about the eating habits. You just got to eat correctly, moderation of it, of doing the bad stuff, but you just you're disciplined with yourself and it works. So
Nice. So another thing I want to ask you too is you guys have tried like those cleanses, correct? You ever done like a cleanse?
yeah, I did. So part of that 30-pound weight loss was the 30-day clean.
Yeah. So what did you guys do for that? Like what was the details on
Tiff,
people
Tiff,
ask me
Tiff,
about that stuff.
yeah, Tiff didn't. She didn't do it. I was the one that did it. But I actually got it from Neil Sellers. He
Yeah.
was the one that kind of introduced it to me. And then John Dulce, he kind of he kind of turned me on to it a little bit too. Back when like I said, when we were over at the other place, Whole 30 was what it was called. And
Yeah.
then honestly, the first like week and a half, and I followed it rigid to a T, scheduling. Like for the first week and a half, 2 weeks, I didn't see like anything. So I was kind of frustrated. And
Right.
then all of a sudden it just like boom. I was like, holy crap, man. It like literally weight started coming off, more energy because
Yeah.
you weren't getting all the sugar and all that stuff. You kind of got it out of your system, but it takes, I don't know, Al, you know better than me. Isn't it like 13 days to get it out of your system, like
Yeah.
to
No doubt
drain
about it.
yourself of that stuff? So, but that whole 30 thing, and I did it for a little bit longer, but still, it was like a pretty cool transformation to watch it happen. And then I was going to the gym literally 5 and 6 days a week. Um, I only go 4 days now, but Thursdays I just kind of piddle around here in the neighborhood, run a little bit. But
Yeah, and they probably, I always think it goes hand in hand. Like if you dialed it in, like nutrition wise, like you're not gonna not go to the gym. You know what I mean?
yep,
I mean,
and
it's
it's once you see it start to happen,
yeah,
like you don't jump on a scale day one. I mean that's the work. Day two, give it a week, give it 2 weeks. I
mhm,
was that guy that was on the scale every day, like, damn man, oh I lost a pound, like, oh this sucks. But you know, I waited another week and then all of a sudden there was 10 pounds that got shed. You know what I'm saying? Now the typical, what is it, 1 to 2 pounds you're supposed to lose a
yeah,
week, or something like that. But
that's boring.
but that hurry up. Like,
Yeah,
come on. Where are you going? Why are
can't
you
even get your
not
heart
out of
rate
here
up in
yet?
6 minutes.
7 minute abs, dude. No, but then it finally kicked in and I was like, then I was like engaged, like hell yeah, man, it's starting to work. So I was like super engaged.
Nice. No, that's good. So, um, what is so like? Just I always ask people this like the last three questions. What's a favorite restaurant you like to eat at around here, like Cleveland area?
So I have several that I like, obviously. So Noosa Bistro is pretty good
Yeah,
down by Sam's.
good. Yeah, I've been
Uh,
there.
Pretty good menu for you to pick and choose from.
Hmm.
Um, how many people have been to the Depot?
Yeah, the Depot, Silvestro's. Yeah,
Silvestro's, get some good Italian.
my uncle owns that actually.
Are
Shout
you
out,
serious?
Freddie.
Are you serious, dude?
Yeah,
And then I and Tiff and I, we like to go down to the flats. So
sure.
we'll go down there, and there's a couple places down there. Honestly, and the breweries that are popping up all over down in the flats, like give a shout out to those guys down there. Um, all different kinds of, and it's not just straight bar food. You know what I'm saying? You can get
Yeah.
some good stuff in there. So
What's the favorite food like you to eat? So if like on your birthday, like I want a freaking steak or whatever.
that's it. You hit it right on the head, man. Give me a good T-bone. Give me a good fillet.
I like
Uh,
the ribeye. I like the ribeye. That's kind of my jam.
yeah, and then now I get this crazy smoker thing, and I'm smoking almost everything now. I did a I did a 12-pound brisket the other day. 11 pounds, excuse me. Fall like the knife just cut right through it, man. So I
How
knew you
much
got an
bourbon you
egg.
drink? How much bourbon you drink while you did
I
that?
I had a couple because I was hurting the next day, dude, when I came in, man. But you see, you still go.
Yeah. Still go the next day.
I had, Scott, we talked, we had like almost like the meat sweats and the drinks. We had to get rid of it. Let's go.
I always think if you're smoking meat, especially like 11 pound, like you have to have a glass of bourbon. Like even if you don't like bourbon, it's like a mandatory. You have to have that.
It's a piece of it's a piece of the meal.
For sure, dude. Cool. So what kind of advice you got for maybe somebody just starting out at the gym? I know there's some people that listen to this that just started out and stuff. They're real excited. Just a couple of things, from a fitness side for the workouts, and then second thing of like a mindset thing. What do you think?
The So new people, that are joining, even some of the people that have been there for, a couple years.
Yeah.
My recommendation is for me personally, it took me about a year and a half to get to string pull-ups in, right? Still can't do dubs. I'll just say I gave up, but I can whip out some singles pretty fast, man. So don't get discouraged. You, Mac, Shelly, Lindsay. I see Lindsay as she comes into the 5:30 class. But even like when Scott and Carrie, E-Rock were there coaching, you always have that constant push, help on a skill set that, if you're struggling, doing like a C and D, because that's a piece of that's a whole, form of it. Once you can get those down, look at Ethan, my little bastard buddy across the street there, my little 15-year-old buddy. That kid can freaking bust out pull-ups now like it's going out of style. So, and then it's just a balance of that. Now I love them, and I can do it other than, ripping your hands apart sometimes, but but it's,
never
you
do
know
that.
what I'm saying? Yeah. And then honestly, and then going like and doing, soft competition amongst friends, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it just keeps you going.
Yeah.
And then you kind of challenge yourself to do a little more, maybe
Yep.
one more, two more reps. And then look, man, if you leave that place with a good sweat, you did your job. That's my opinion.
I agree. All right. Last thing. Who's your favorite coach besides me? You don't have to say me because we know we'll just take that out of it.
My the gym.
Yeah.
Oh, Mac. Her and I mean, her and I like at first that was like a serious no shit love-hate relationship because I would not pay attention purposely on purpose,
Yeah.
and it would drive her crazy.
Yeah.
And I knew I was doing that on purpose. And then finally, as I started smiling and laughing at her, and she got a little more comfortable with my antics, she was like, dude, just go do what you want. No, and in a kidding way. She's constantly, she addresses me like she told me the other day, your wife does better push-ups than you. So you want to talk about positive reinforcement and
Yeah.
like
Right.
a positive mental attitude? That's Mac,
Yeah.
other than you. And then tomorrow I'm going at 7 a.m. So I guess I get the gift of Shelly tomorrow because I have not had she's in the morning, so I got to go in the afternoon. So
You want to talk about a drill sergeant? There you are, right there.
Michelle,
Yeah.
and Courtney, I'll bring it back a little too with Courtney and Dan. We used to remember the 345. This is like a couple of years ago. We had, nobody was there. Even during then, and I got Courtney's with me on Tuesdays. She's always running around, coming behind you. Come on, like encouraging you.
Yeah.
Dan is the same way. Dan tells me, I should put in a little more effort. I think Dan tells that to everybody, but
Sure.
see, Dan, I'm gonna drink a couple for you, dude. He's straight up from
What
Rhode
is it?
Island.
Oh,
Narragansett beer.
There you go. That's 5. Oh, it's 6 o'clock, dude. You're ready. Cool. Well, you know what, dude? I had you on because you've been such a great member of the gym for a while. Love having you up there. Any of the new people that come, you're always super encouraging too and stuff. And I know they all
Welcome
love
to
you
the
up
club,
there.
man. Welcome to the club.
And glad you won the Embrace the Challenge. You definitely deserved it.
Thank you.
For you to take about 30 minutes out of your day, man, I really appreciate it.
Nope. I appreciate you guys every day.
All right, brother. Well, you have a great weekend, and I will talk to you tomorrow probably.
Okay, man. Peace out.